Okay, so we're now 2 weeks into lockdown and I'm fine. Everything is fine.
This is fine.
You know, it's not so bad. The shops are starting to have regular stocks of normal food and I've got all the toilet paper that I can eat. So, aside from gaining about a stone in weight and drinking more wine than a Roman emperor, I've actually used this time to learn some new skills, like learning how to take 4 bottles of wine to the recycling without my neighbours hearing them clack together and thinking I'm an alcoholic. Now I see why the middle classes are overbuying all that toilet roll. In this week's Canonical Chronicle, we're going to discuss how our clients have responded to my extra measures email. I'm going to give you an in-depth view of our new sales plan for the next 6 months, and I'm going to show you how we managed to save about 10 grand of monthly expenses in the last 2 weeks by just culling everything we possibly could. As always, there's going to be no advice in this video. I'm just going to share my experience of what we're currently going through. So without further ado, let's get into it. Firstly, let's take a look at how my clients actually responded to that email.
And who left this coffee cup here?
Sorry, Alan, I meant to clean it last night.
Yeah, well, that's not good enough. You're sacked.
So just to remind you, I emailed all the clients the day Boris Johnson kind of locked down the country. In the email I said we're doing extra keyword research, we're going to find more opportunities, we're going to move to more technical link building to build a kind of supplement to the PR work we're doing, deep competitor analysis to work out what they're doing as well, just to make sure that all of our clients stay ahead of the competition. And here were the results. So firstly, every single PPC client pulled all of their spend apart from one. Fair enough. I mean, why spend money on Google Ads when no one's actually searching or converting on anything? So of our 20 or so clients, no one's cancelled, but 25% of them have heavily reduced their spend to almost nothing, really just to cover our costs. This Friday we paid all of our suppliers and all of our team in full, which is great. And so far we've had 5 out of the 20 invoices from clients that have been paid. Not great. Now it's the start of the month, so I expect a little bit more to kind of trickle in as most of the clients process the payments towards the end of the week. But in terms of our cash flow position, yeah, we are getting royally fucked in the butt.
I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt.
But thankfully we've got a really good war chest at Type A with several months of expenses saved, because in the good times we didn't actually spend any of the money on ourselves and we didn't really overstretch ourselves. That being said, at the end of this, if we're going to have any cash left, we are going to go full Wolf of Wall Street. So next up, let's look at our sales plan for the next 6 months. So to be honest, not a lot's going to change in the way we do sales in the agency. I realise that the client is a smart buyer and they don't need to be convinced or coerced, so I'm just going to do my usual chilled and polite sales tactics.
Go buy my shit, motherfucker!
No, I'm only kidding. I'm splitting the agency offering now into 3 buckets. So those are going to be get informed, get educated, and get it done. Now, at the moment, we're more of a kind of get it done agency. So if people need some SEO, we go do it for them. But let's look at the 2 new areas of sales that the agency is going to start moving into. That's going to be get informed and get educated. So get informed is going to consist of our usual content, and the KPI for that is email signups. So firstly, the Canonical Chronicle, the weekly meme-infused SEO news. That's always going to be free of charge. It'll be coming to you the same way as it always does, with an email newsletter that contains a slide deck so people can, share it around their agency or their company to keep everyone up to date with all the kind of Google algorithm updates. If you want that, by the way, link is in the description below. We might put a premium subscription option out for like $5 a month, but at the moment the agency don't really have the bandwidth to make a kind of world-class newsletter that people would be willing to buy. So for now that's part, but maybe premium newsletter in the future. So next up is getting educated. So under Get Educated, we're going to launch the Type A University. It's going to be a freemium learning platform that's going to allow people to create agency deliverables like technical audits and keyword research and things like that. We've already got really extensive training at Type A Media, but we all use it for our internal use only. So what we thought is, well, why don't we actually just give this a bit of a lick of paint and start offering it to the public? Now for Type A University, the KPI is going to be email sign-ups predominantly, but eventually we'll start building in, paid modules and things like that. I think ultimately when it comes to monetizing this, we don't want to monetize the education, but if someone wants our templates for commercial purposes, we'll probably sell those. So we're also continuing a leadership series called Type Q&A, where we answer questions people are asking on Reddit and Twitter and Quora. And the reason we're doing that is because our customers are usually senior managers in large organizations and they already know the basics of SEO. So we're going to be producing content around those people in particular, how they can progress in their jobs and how they can kind of navigate things in a large organization. So next is getting it done. So our current revenue model is all getting it done. Client comes to us and wants to improve their traffic, so they pay us a monthly retainer and we increase their traffic. Pretty simple stuff. Now we're still going to be doing that, but we're going to introduce some new levels to Type A. At the moment, all of our SEO packages are completely bespoke and it really just depends on what the client needs. We look at their site, look at what's going on, where they want to grow to, and we put together some deliverables to work out how they can hit their growth targets. Now, this has worked really well for us so far over the last 3-4 years, but it comes with quite a high barrier to entry. One thing you might not know is at Type A, 90% of the leads that come to us, we actually don't say yes to it because of budget constraints. It's not that we're being greedy, it's just that we've got processes and costs of running our own agency that costs quite a bit of money, so as a result we need to charge a little bit more. So the plan is to offer multiple levels where you can get access to the agency expertise. Those are going to be DIY, consultation calls, strategy sprints, a new SME Lite offering, and then our usual full fat cream Type A offering. Okay, so let's break them down one by one. So DIY is going to be our university offering where you can learn at your own pace and buy the documents as you need them, or you can actually book us as an agency to run a single deliverable. So if you need a tech audit done but can't afford our minimum retainers, we'll do you a tech audit but as a one-off project. The upside of this is you get everything you need to run your SEO program. Downside is that you don't get any account management or agency analysis or expertise to actually apply the audit findings. But if you've got a decent level of marketing person in your company, that actually might be quite a viable option for you. So next up is our consultation calls. So sometimes you just need to pick up the phone and talk to an expert to get to the heart of what needs fixed, right? Well, now you can. So we're going to start offering the wider public, they can book any member of the Type A leadership team to help you either solve a burning SEO question or really just help you look at your overall SEO strategy. After a consultation, we have something called a strategy sprint. Now, a strategy sprint is a 12-week program that contains 12 90-minute webinars and Q&As. So the strategy sprints are going to be held by me, and what we're going to do is take you through our REST and our BOOM processes, and it's going to give you access to all the documentation, all the university courses, and it's the equivalent of me coming into your office and kind of training a junior member of staff on all the processes and systems they need to become a good SEO. We've not really ironed out the kind of details on pricing and what's going to be included, but there's going to be some sort of community Slack channel as well as weekly webinars, just to make sure everyone's on the same page and progressing through the learning at the right pace. The best way to think of it is a protracted practical training where you can get junior members of your team to get group coaching with me, and you get the exact deliverables we would give you as an agency anyway. So it gets you to kind of buy into the agency, but at a much lower cost, and instead of you relying solely on us to deliver, we're building up someone inside of your business. We're also going to do a new small business offering. We've been toying with that idea for quite a while because we get a lot of inquiries from local business, but we're typically not able to work with local companies because of budget constraints. However, we are finessing our Type A Lite offering that allows SMEs to grow their business from an organic search point of view, but it would have reduced account management and reduced deliverables. So you get the same service, but some things are held back. So the SME offering is going to be kind of packaged up and productized a lot more. and it's going to be a kind of normal, modest monthly fee, probably somewhere around the £2,000 a month mark. And lastly, the biggest one that I'm most excited about is product rollout. So as many of you know, we're getting ready to launch Needle, which is the journalist search engine for PR professionals that uses natural language processing to match press releases to the exact journalists you need from 10 million articles across 30,000 publications, across 4,000 journalists globally, multi-country, multi-language. It's going to be a freemium product and we hope it's going to do really well because it's quite a crowded marketplace. We've also got a bunch of tools that we've kind of developed for internal purposes only, and we're planning on actually putting a skin on them, a nice new kind of front end and UI, and starting to sell that to the SEO community. Stay tuned for those in Q3 of this year. That's everything for this week's Canonical Chronicle. As we start to get back to normality with more search news and things like that coming out, it's going to go back to SEO news, but for now, I'm just talking you through how I'm dealing with quarantine and how we're running the agency. So if you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you loved it, please subscribe. And until next time, we will see you later.